Hey guys, it's me, EODGamerZ here. In our previous video where we talked about farming 100 plus Exalted Orbs at only level 50, in this video as a follow-up to that, I want to share with you why some of you who are maybe hoarder savers in personality, whenever you farm Exalteds, whenever you farm Regals, you try to stock them up, get as much as you can. Maybe you're stocking like 30 plus already as a saving squirrel as well. That will actually be in the long run or near term also a mistake because these are deflationary in nature. Now I'm going to be sharing with you what I am doing with them, but first things first, why are they deflationary in nature and why is this a problem? If I go into the patch notes over here that you see, patch 0.0C patch notes, very importantly, I want you to notice this line over here. It tells you that items like, where is my rates? So one is you have increased chance of rare modifiers in map to 3 or 4 modifiers. You have monster modifiers now grant a higher amount of item rarity and quantity. This is most common on magic and rare, also affect units. So Regal is technically a lot easier because now a lot of rare stuff are dropping as well. Disenchanting rare items will provide 2 Regal shards, previously 1. So this means your Regals, the amount of Regal shards or orbs there are is also going to be tremendously increased. You can farm Regals easily just by dropping rare gear. So it is a currency that is in excess, a huge excess. At the same time, some other things is you have a little bit of modifiers between the other ones. You can see here increased drop rate of Regal orbs. So this definitely is a nerf to the amount of why we shouldn't be saving in Regals. And if you have Regals, the easiest way is take them, quickly switch over to Exalted Orbs and save in Exalted Orbs instead. But Exalted Orbs are not perfect as well, and I'm going to explain why, because this is slightly a little bit more longer term. You can see over here that lowered Chaos Orbs and distributed it with more valued currency items like Regal and Exalted Orbs. So Chaos Orbs here got nerfed, and in the mid to end game, I really noticed that it's very, very difficult to get Chaos Orbs, and these are very important compared to Exalted Orbs, of course. And these are very important because they are very necessary in crafting. Whereas Exalted Orbs, as we will talk about in a bit, it will come to its limit. So now that we have known that even the patch changes also matters, it also signals where the game is going to go. And let's go back in the game engine over here real quick. And the first tip, of course, that I have is to switch your currency into Chaos Orbs. As you can see here, I have 100 plus Chaos Orb. I took all of my Regals, I bought it into Chaos Orb, and I'm just saving. The reason for that is because Exalted Orbs, if you think about the nature of it, is an early game item. So is Regal Orbs. Right now, as we are venturing in the game, a lot of us are trying to craft like magic items and try to like pump them up into Regal. These are the first steps, so that's why they will value a lot at the start. Same for Exalted Orbs. When we are checking for gear, trying to open like a 4th line, 5th line kind of thing to make sure that they are good. This is why Exalted is really good in the start of the game, because it's like the most important thing in the early game. But as we tend over to late game, where all our gear kind of already has decent 6-liners, we maybe have something like this jewel over here, which is a 4-liner, we saved out enough, we got it, but it doesn't have the perfect stats. Like poison duration is not perfect, the rolls are not perfect. In this case, as we tend towards late game, end game perfection, what people are going to be doing is they're going to be trying to use a Chaos Orb and trying to re-roll that stat on it, because you remove a random modifier and you add in a new modifier. So imagine if endgame players, they already have like many perfect jewels, they take this, they re-roll, they get rid of the increased poison duration, they slap in a new one, maybe projectile damage or lightning damage or something like that. That's going to be really, really great. And in the long run, I think Chaos Orbs is going to do a lot better. And I have been monitoring the market. I watch it at least 4 hours a day on the trade website. And these are, of course, a summary of my thoughts. Let me just show you what's happening in the trade market right now. For those of you who started on day 1, and I just give you a bit of walk down also. If you started on day 1, if you notice the Chaos Orbs to Exalted Orbs conversion was 1:2, you could get 2 Chaos Orbs for 1 Exalted. Now, the price has moved tremendously. If you see now, it's 9:8. And just 1 day, 2 days ago, the odds were like 5:4. So you could trade in 4 Exalted for 5 Chaos. Now you have to trade in 8 for 9. Previously, it would be like 8 for 10 just a day or 2 ago. And it's moving very fast. And without these guys, like these 4 people here, with a stock of less than 200, you are going into a 1:1 ratio already. people are trading 1:1, 1:1. So Exalted Orbs are going to be equivalent to Chaos Orb very soon. I think by the time you're watching this video, some of you maybe are recommended later if you're in the algorithm. If you're subscribed, you might get it earlier as well. Then you will notice it's going to go into a 1:1 ratio. You can see a lot of people are putting 1:1. So likely you'll be stuck here for quite a while in 1:1. But but in the long run, it's a deflationary currency in terms of Exalted Orbs, and that's not all that I'm buying, not just Chaos Orbs. I can't really move a currency market on my own, so it's not moving market or anything. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts. You can choose whether you want to buy it or not, it's up to you. But another item that I think is really interesting and worth saving if you can, is the Perfect Jeweler Orbs. So these Perfect Jeweler Orbs are very expensive. They go for like 60 plus Exalteds. But what this does, it helps you add an additional socket into your 4 support gem sockets. So for example, you see my skill over here, I have a gas arrow that gives me 4 sockets. I could slap in the Perfect Jeweler Orb to get 5 sockets over here, and that is like really, really nice. In the long run, I think that is also going to be very desirable. Right now in the game, not many people have 60 plus Exalteds to get, and people are wanting to get the 5 slots. As we tend towards a little bit more later game, where more people start farming more of the Exalted Orbs, able to save more resources, 1 week, 2 week go by, people are going to be looking to complete their skill nodes with the Perfect Jeweler Orb, and that is when the Perfect Jeweler Orb market will either stabilize or even go higher, especially if they don't like buff the supply of Perfect Jeweler Orbs. So I invested 1 into this just to speculate the market, just to see how it goes. Otherwise, that is pretty much my focus. I'm really going for Chaos Orbs. I don't see too much value in Divine Orb right now. I think the ratio is really bad, 1:4 in terms of conversion. We need more Divine Orbs to drop before you can actually start to shift in. Maybe they'll do a buff here and there, but Chaos Orbs is definitely the attractive one, especially in the middle to late game, because it allows you to augment a lot of items. And this is where I'm saving most of my currency, so I don't get hit with game deflation. And one last tip for those of you watching to the end as well, another item that I think is really interesting, and you notice my gear over here, this Beast Pelt Scout's Vest. The soul core of Takati is really, really good. It's going up in price as well. I only managed to get my hands on 1. I bought it initially when I made this gear at 1 Exalted. Now it's going for around 3 Exalted. It gives you 7 chaos resistance for sockets, which is really nice because if you have a 3 socket body like this, you can slap on a 21% chaos rest. This is worth investing in and building endgame gear if you have anything that can go into the endgame. Something maybe that looks like this. I highly recommend you consider picking it up. This is a great investment as well, even for your own self to use on your own self. And it's quite rare, these soul cores. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching, your attention. And if you like this content, consider liking, subscribing, and check out these 2 other videos, especially this one where we talk more about trading as well on the channel, how to get 100 plus Exalted Orbs quickly. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye now.